President Hu Jintao called for a cross-strait peace accord. President Ma Ying-jeou did not directly address political issues while attending an academic conference commemorating the 20th anniversary of the 1992 consensus, but Mainland Affairs Council Minister Wang Yuqi said that current cross-strait policies focus on economics rather than politics.
While attending the 1992 Consensus 20th Anniversary Forum hosted by Straits Exchange Foundation, President Ma Ying-jeou made no comments about Communist Party of China General Secretary Hu Jintao's remarks during the CPC's 18th National Congress for a cross-strait peace agreement through consultations. Instead, Ma spoke about the history of the consensus and responded only to Hu's comment about the consensus. In an exclusive interview with Yazhou Zhoukan recently, President Ma said that a cross-strait peace agreement is not a top priority because there are already 18 cross-strait agreements based on peace. Mainland Affairs Council Chairman Wang Yuqi also stressed that the government's cross-strait policies are focused on the economics and not politics.
Students from families with disposable income often receive outside assistance when it comes to college applications. To save students money and eliminate paper waste, 24 universities, including National Taiwan University and National Zhengzhi University, will start accepting online applications next year. The Ministry of Education says that it will ask high schools to assist students in remote areas that don't have internet access.
Multiple ways of college acceptance has been criticized as costing students and parents much money and effort for application data in long journeys all over Taiwan for interviews. Starting next year, 24 schools, including National Taiwan University, Zhengzhi University, and Chenggong University, will begin a trial for online applications instead of paper submissions. Students are generally in favor of the new environmentally friendly and convenient application method. To address concerns that some students may not have easy access to the internet, the Ministry of Education plans to ask high schools to ensure that all students will be able to submit applications online. The ministry stresses that while reviewing application data, university professors will make decisions based on the content and not the wrapper. For the future, the ministry plans on designing a uniform application format that will allow applicants' creativity to show through.
Due to a lack of progress on the National Palace Museum's southern branch, a private collector of antiques in Jiayi's Budai Township has opened his own museum so that he can share his collection with local residents. Visitors flock to Jiayi Guogong Museum on opening day.
This delicately carved wooden bed is over 100 years old, with a small bedside compartment as resting place for maids. Such design would only exist in very rich families. Another precious painting shows Emperor Qianlong celebrating the new year with a design composition symbolizing world peace and harmony. The first museum established in Jiayi County's Budai Township has collections of antiques from every Chinese dynasty, including coins featuring Yuan Shikai from the early 1900s. Founder Qiu Changjing is in the construction business. Qiu said that he opened the museum to share his private collections with everyone because the southern branch of National Palace Museum is long overdue. Inside the over 1,000 ping of exhibition space, thousands of antiques acquired by Qiu over a period of 30 years are on display rotation, with tour guides available just like professional museums. Qiu says that he hopes the National Palace Museum will complete its southern branch soon to add to the cultural assets in Jiayi County.
While construction companies had anticipated that sales of new homes and pre-sale homes would rise in mid-October, sales actually declined by 40%. Experts believe the decline was due to both the new actual transaction price registration policy and the falling economic growth rate.
On the streets of Taipei, many people are interested in looking at housing for sale, but few would actually put down money for a purchase. Due to 9 downward corrections of this year's economic growth rate and the policy of real estate sale price recording, builders were largely disappointed at sales during the Double 10 National Day period compared to expectations. According to Housing Monthly, total real estate transactions from September 15th through the end of October stands at 131.8 billion NT dollars, or 40% less than the original forecast of 218.9 billion NT dollars. Experts point out that domestic economic slowdown has severely impacted home buyers' confidence. The housing market will not rebound until Taiwan's economic outlook brightens, possibly in March next year.
25 cancer patients and their families embarked on a cycling tour of Taiwan on November 2nd. The group departed from Taipei and will spend 10 days cycling around the island. Despite the illness, the patients are determined to travel 100 kilometers per day. They want to prove to themselves and everyone around them that they still have the courage to pursue their dreams and hope that the trip will provide encouragement to other patients.
Cancer survivor Li Yonghong was surrounded by fellow cyclists after getting off her bike. With her skin darkened and knees hurting, Li insists on riding to the last around the island tour stop in Taichung City. Teammates who arrived first had prepared a large birthday cake because their joy at the completion of the tour feels like rebirth. Li Yonghong immigrated to Taiwan when she got married 17 years ago. She has gone through 5 surgeries and 12 chemotherapies after being diagnosed with breast cancer 5 years ago. She also receives ongoing cancer treatment. Li says that participating in the bike tour gives her motivation to go on living. On November 2nd, 25 cancer fighters started from Taipei City for a 10-day around the island cycling tour. Despite their afflictions, they insist on riding 100 kilometers per day. One of the riders, Mr. Zhang, has most of his jaw removed in surgeries due to tongue cancer, followed by oral cavity cancer. Zhang says that he joined the riding group to show that his life is still full of sunshine.
Taiwan's esophageal cancer mortality rate has risen in recent years. The average age of patients, meanwhile, has declined. More than 1,400 men are diagnosed with esophageal cancer every year, which experts attribute to smoking and the consumption of betel nuts and excessively hot food.
According to doctors, the number of esophageal cancer is on the rise in recent years, and more cases are found in relatively young people. Now, the average age of death of esophageal cancer patient is down from 64 in 2001 to 58 in 2011, and about 1,400 men die of the cancer each year, which is the 6th deadliest cancer among men. Doctors remind us that other than smoking, drinking, and chewing betel nuts, consumption of hot beverage or food can increase cancer risk. The cancer usually causes no symptoms in the early stages, but when one experiences difficulty swallowing, it usually means the terminal stage. Therefore, the best way to prevent esophageal cancer is to not eat hot food, quit smoking, drinking, and chewing betel nuts, and have regular health checkups each year to minimize cancer risks.
Those that sit for long periods of time at work or at home may develop health problems over the long term. According to a new research report published in England, those that sit without moving for extended periods are at higher risk of sudden death, diabetes, and heart disease.
Many people have become addicted to exciting sound and visual effects from videos and virtual reality games with detrimental effects. One 19-year-old man died suddenly in July inside a Tainan City internet cafe after playing online games for 3 consecutive days. A couple years ago, a 52-year-old man in Kaohsiung City also died suddenly after playing mahjong for 10 hours straight. A study by English researchers found that those who sit for long periods without moving increase their risks for diabetes and heart diseases, and in serious cases, sudden deaths. The study shows those who sit for the whole day in front of their desks at work still suffer more health risks than others, even if they exercise after work. Sitting for long periods of time is positively related to type 2 diabetes, because being sedentary may affect blood glucose secretion, thus increasing the body's cell resistance to insulin. Doctors advise the public to stand up and move about to increase blood circulation after sitting for more than 30 minutes, and to drink plenty of water. Regular exercises are also necessary to reduce risks for diabetes and heart attacks.
Hualien's Shoufeng Township Farmers Association has developed a white soy sauce produced with golden clams. The soy sauce has a fresh flavor and does not contain caramel coloring. Despite higher production costs and a higher market price than traditional soy sauce, consumer interest has been high.
In Hualien County's Shoufeng Township, where golden clams come from, the clams are carefully washed before being sent to factories for making clam essence. Golden clams are now being used in another product developed by one local Farmers Association commissioner who used the lighter color soy sauce made with black beans and golden clams in his own cooking. The clam soy sauce differs from traditional black soy sauce in that no caramel pigments are added. Used in dishes such as steamed eggs, black soy sauce turns the dish darker and saltier, while clam soy sauce is sweeter and more flavorful. Chefs and housewives who have tried the new product are amazed by its smooth taste. Made with golden clams, the cost is relatively higher, though it has won over customers with doubts about the safety of caramel pigments. Currently, the Farmers Association in Shoufeng Township has taken many telephone orders for the new product. The association is happy about the newly developed opportunities for local businesses.
To promote community service and develop local industry in farming villages, the Council of Agriculture began holding home economics classes at farmers' associations around Taiwan in the 1950s. Last year, Taitung County won first place in the COA's inaugural specialty home economics competition. Teams from around the island are now working on specialty projects in the hopes of winning this year's title.
The healthy and delicious bread and pizza are made with rice flour consisting of 80% top-quality rice from Chishang Township and 20% wheat and egg white. The monthly sales adds about 30,000 NT dollar income for the home economics class. The delicate handmade handbags and gift boxes are attractive and practical at the same time. Made with unwanted fallen beetle leaves, these products fully demonstrate the concept of environmental conservation. Gan Zilin, home economics class from Taidong County's Donghe Township, won first place in the first special contest organized by the Council of Agriculture. Representatives from the class even traveled to America to participate in women's conference, which was encouraging to all home economic classes in Taiwan. Women from the farming villages found that their contribution to the community is highly appreciated and everyday tasks have their intrinsic values. The Taidong Farmers Association says that the county's winning class, chosen from 8 classes, will join a national selection at the end of October. Whether they win again in the national contest is secondary to letting local diversified industries shine and attract possible business opportunities.
There are currently 118 community outreach locations in Pingtung County. One of the most popular activities among the area's senior citizens is a weekly meal at the recreational center. Groups from more than 30 communities recently took part in a special cooking competition organized by the Pingtung County government. This light vegetarian burger was prepared with tomatoes and cucumbers instead of a beef patty. The spring roll, meanwhile, is filled with whole grains and fresh vegetables. To provide the senior citizens of their communities with fresh, healthy meals, these women are constantly creating new recipes. The seniors gather for weekly meals consisting of 3 dishes and soup at community outreach locations around Pingtung County. Groups from more than 30 communities recently took part in a special cooking competition sponsored by the city government. According to Pingtung County Social Affairs Department Director Wu Lixue, the event is just one example of community outreach programs for senior citizens.
你以为你看着巴黎，你以为你看着东京，你以为这是你第一次看见它，你以为它是海港，其实它是一座城市。当你看见这个城市，城市也看见你。高雄。
是一群从台北来的朋友，我们非常喜欢花莲。花莲有好山好水，更值得推荐的是，花莲有一条沿着海岸线骑乘的滨海自行车道，全长有15.8公里。在我们骑乘当中，仿佛在风中穿梭，与海浪共舞。来到花莲骑单车，可以消除我们在台北紧张的工作情绪。这是一个非常健康的休闲活动。
看见新北市，看见台湾。
Welcome back to Inside Taiwan. The Travel Quality Assurance Association recently selected foreign and domestic tour itinerary finalists in its first Golden Itineraries Awards. The association further established a special compensation fund for traveler disputes. The Chinese tour itineraries that were chosen by the association, however, were all high-priced tours.
Some travelers have had unpleasant experiences with tour groups, such as being forced to make purchases at stores or not seeing maple leaves on an international maple leaf tour. To address these types of issues, the Travel Quality Assurance Association, for the first time, has selected 32 top-notch international and domestic tours with guarantees for quality and insurance fund should problems occur. Itineraries were chosen with input from travelers. Besides sightseeing tours, tours that feature 4 to 5-star hotels, tours focusing on medical and cosmetic treatments, and those without forced shopping trips were also included. These tours may cost up to $100 per day, which is 3 to 5 times the average cost for tourists from China. The Travel Agent Association says that only 1/4 of Chinese tour groups are on a low budget. Many Chinese travelers enjoy quality services, so the association urges the travel industry to promote service excellence to help upgrade the outlook for the whole industry.
To the Amis people, the eastern coast renowned Sanxiantai is known as the Shili Coast. An estimated 400,000 tourists visit the area annually, leaving large amounts of garbage behind. Environmental groups have held trash collecting events on beaches in recent years. Local tour itineraries have also been established to keep tourism revenues in the area to benefit local villages. Despite high temperatures, workers walk up and down the beach collecting trash. As the volunteers work, local tour guides tell them about the history of local villages and tribes. During their time in the area, the volunteers stay at local guest houses or with host families, eat meals prepared by local women, and go on excursions or diving trips with local guides. All of the money spent by the volunteers therefore stays within the villages. The area is renowned for its beautiful driftwood sculptures, quiet beauty, and hospitable residents. It is also a community where everyone works together for the common good. To help visitors become better acquainted with local ecology, the Forestry Bureau provides free tour guide services at all national forest recreation areas. In Taichung, a retired couple has been volunteering as tour guides for over a decade. The couple gives their tours in Hakka, which has helped to promote the dialect with tourists.
The group of 20 tourists listens attentively as Fan Dejun explains what types of vegetation can be found here, what animals they may spot during their visit. Fan became a volunteer tour guide after retiring from a technology company a decade ago. His wife Fan Jo Kwai-mei also joined the volunteer tour guide ranks after being influenced by her husband, as she often accompanied him on the tours. The Forestry Bureau's National Forest Recreation areas have many volunteer tour guides like this couple, and the majority of them are retired civil servants, teachers, or workers. They need to undergo training and pass an examination before they can qualify as a tour guide. Senior tour guides often take new tour guides under their wings, sharing their techniques. Fan says a good tour guide knows how to manage time to allow the visitors to finish the tour in the allotted time. He is also qualified to give tours in Hakka, although the majority of the tour groups request Mandarin or Taiwanese. Nevertheless, he hopes more Hakka persons will volunteer to become tour guides, as they are extremely qualified to do so, given the deep relationship between nature and the Hakka people. In this way, they can also help to spread the Hakka language.
Kending's newest tourist attraction is the Shui-Waku community. After years of decline due to emigration, residents began restoring the area's wetlands. The restoration of the local eco-environment has given the community a new lease on life within Kending National Park.
The Shui-Waku community is located on the eastern side of the Hengchun Peninsula in Kending, and not many know of its existence. Many cars pass by on Provincial Highway number 26 without a second glance. The area is home to farmers and fishermen, and many residents have immigrated in recent years, searching for a better life. In 2008, Kending National Park decided to restore the ecological system and make it the focal point of the community. Wetlands were created, allowing the way of life to be reestablished. Large birds, including buzzards and eagles, started roaming through the skies again, while sika deers returned. The spot was promoted as an ecological paradise, and the influx of visitors meant a business opportunity for villagers in the form of guided tours. Restoring the ecological system has therefore meant a new lease of life for this community.
As part of ongoing efforts to reorganize the city's night market, Taoyuan's Zhongli City Office has already issued 477 vendor permits. Apart from existing local and foreign cuisine stalls, the city office also introduced an element of Hakka culture into the night market through a handmade patchwork stall.
Polish fruitcake, German sausages, Hakka vegetable buns, and local favorite honeyed yams are some of the items that visitors to the newly organized Zhongli Night Market can enjoy. In addition to food, visitors can also purchase typical Hakka products, such as cloth bags, which are available in a glittering array of styles. In this way, city officials hope to create business opportunities for Hakka persons and promote Hakka culture. So far, they have issued 477 permits to operate in the night market, and have also set aside a certain number of permits for the use of impoverished families. The vendors will finish setting up their booths on November 5th. It is hoped that Zhongli Night Market can become one of Taiwan's most famous night markets.
National Zhongxin University Department of Soil and Environmental Sciences Professor Yang Qiuzhong is an avid painter who has been creating dropper and cardboard art for nearly 3 decades. Yang requires little time to complete landscape paintings and says that he enjoys painting as much as conducting experiments.
On the cardboard, moving left and right with ink dropper, a landscape painting appears out of the blue in no time. It is even more surprising when he wrote a title on the painting using the same dropper. Cardboards, droppers, or any wrinkled pieces of paper become raw material for the artistic creation of Professor Yang Qiuzhong from the National Zhongxin University's Soil and Environmental Sciences Department. Yang favors working with a dropper because it provides a casual randomness that enriches the final creation. 28 years ago, while fixing a leak in the laboratory sink with cement reinforcement, Yang accidentally stumbled upon painting with a dropper. He has painted over 4,000 pieces, and 1/3 of the works were done with a dropper. Professor Yang stresses that creative freedom is much like scientific experiments, with every combination an interesting and unique artistic expression.
文山包种茶产于台湾北部山区，临近乌来风景区，以台北县坪林、石碇、新店一带茶区所产的最负盛名。文山包种茶是轻发酵、轻揉捻的成熟叶，外观呈蓬松的条索状， 色泽翠绿，水色蜜绿鲜艳，略带金黄，香气清丽优雅似花香，滋味甘醇滑润带活性。这类茶着重香气，香气越浓郁，品质越高级。轻发酵的文山包种茶，汤色是偏绿的黄色，它的气味是清扬的茶香，滋味就像年轻人的青春活泼一样。园林商店街是由园林街、重庆南路到博爱路口所集结的商区，近40家特色商店。本区因为街内40%以上的店家为鞋店，所以有鞋店街之称。
小姐，喜欢哪双鞋可以试穿哦。
园林街鞋店鞋子种类多，而且式样齐全，1分钱1分货，价钱实在，是大家买鞋的好去处。
您好，我是致富密码的主持人张秀曼。您知道吗？雪花冰是台湾人研发出来的创意冰品，它的创始人是高雄祥美食品的董事长高文婉。他原本只做内销，但是因为面对市场萎缩跟同业的跟风，业绩下滑，才让他决定走出台湾，到新加坡设立分公司，成功将雪花冰行销到全世界20多个国家。致富密码将带您了解他们创造雪花冰的奇迹。
Welcome back to Inside Taiwan. Let's take a look at some upcoming cultural events. Thank you for watching Inside Taiwan. I'm Monica Trong. See you tomorrow.
新闻一开始，咱来关心12年国教103年特别实施了。也毋过对身心障碍学生来讲，对新的教育改革并无相当。